Good afternoon, Commander. My name is Commander Slectured and I'll be your guide during today's tutorial where I'll be explaining the basics of making money through missions and passenger missions. During the in-game tutorial, you will have found some missions and maybe some passengers too. And now that you're in the new station, you'll find that there is a whole plethora of missions to choose from. But some of these missions will be a lot harder than others. And today I will explain how you can differentiate between them. Please note that reputation affects the amount and type of missions offered by any given faction. Because of my reputation with DMCO, the missions offered by them will be better in comparison to some with a lower reputation. Let's open up the station menu and go into the mission board. Immediately we can see a few lucrative missions. Careering missions are always nice and quick, but the payout is usually fairly low. And if you click one, you will also want to keep an eye on how far away you have to travel in terms of light years and in-system light seconds. You will sometimes be sent to a station 20,000 or 100,000 light seconds away, or sometimes even further, which will take you anywhere between 5 minutes and 15 minutes of travel time, if not more. But let's also look at a few pointers quickly that you will see in every mission. First off, the destination, of course, in the bottom. You will see the destination system and the distance to the destination from your current location, and of course the starport and its distance from the drop-in point. Second is the difficulty. The higher the difficulty, the more engineered enemy ships will be. So generally, you will want to keep an eye on how difficult a mission is if you have enemies sent against you. Which brings us to the last marker. Hostile ships may be sent against you. This means that in a delivery mission like this, for example, I will get enemies sent after me and they will be of the difficulty Elite. They may not always have the Elite rank, but the recommended rank for you to have will be Elite. Now let's get on with a couple of mission types. Boomtime missions are worth it depending on what you have to haul. Like with trading, certain goods will earn more than others. Things like silver or cobalt are usually going at decent rates. Industry needs missions are just like boomtime delivery missions, but you will have to buy the materials yourself. Most of the time, the wing missions, denoted by the little blue circle, are not worth the time and effort. Experience will teach you in time what is and is not worth your time. Or maybe some helpful commander in your Discord can help you as well. So keep an eye on how much cargo they want you to carry and how much credits it will net you. Now, killing known terrorists and massacre missions are going to look very cool to do, but for a beginner they're almost always too much. Looking at the details, we can easily see the difficulty and where we have to go. For massacre missions, you can also see how many kills you have to make for completion. Generally, I will advise apprentices to steer clear from combat missions until they have some proper engineering going on with a dedicated combat ship. Because until you do, you will only be able to do up to novice level missions on your own. If that, because you will need a good combat boat to begin with. Surface retrieval missions are nice and easy to do most of the time, but do be aware that the specific zone around the loot might be off limits and protected by skimmers, so make sure you are ready for a fight. Retrieval missions in space have the same general rule as combat missions because of the chance of you being ambushed. When you select a space retrieval mission, it will say that there is a chance you might be attacked. You want to make sure you pick them up only if it doesn't say that. And I'm not entirely sure if there ever are totally combat-free space retrieval missions. Wing missions in general are not recommended unless you have a few people to do it. And make sure that they're worth it. More details will come up in a future tutorial about the different mission types. Data acquisition missions, such as planetary and covert data retrieval, planetary scan job, economic data acquisition, and expansion data retrieval are fairly easy to do if you know what to do. They are always worth trying out for yourself, but be careful of any base defenses when trespassing. And lastly, for this tutorial, I will discuss passenger missions. These are mostly alike, with only two main differences. One passenger type only wants you to ferry passengers from one station to another. With these missions, you do have to pay attention, because sometimes wanted criminals will try to get smuggled on your boat to a different station, and you may be targeted by the station or system authority. Please refer to the smuggling guide for more information on that. The other passenger type wants you to take them to a specific place or places. Most of the time, they will have secondary and tertiary objectives or detour requests. Do keep in mind that passengers want a certain amount of comfort, so pulling stunts in atmosphere or bumping into things are generally to be avoided. If you want to carry passengers, you will have to make sure that you have the right type of passenger compartment for the passengers in question. There are still a few mission types I haven't addressed yet, but I will make a separate series explaining all the different mission types soon. So be sure to give me a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with future content. Fly safe, Commander. 07, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial.